There is a quote that stayed with me for a very long time, and maybe you have heard it before. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. And when I first heard that, I didn't really get it. It sounded wise, sure, but abstract. But as I started observing my own mind, I realized how painfully true it was. Let's put a rough number to it. Not scientifically, just from lived experience, I would say nearly 90% of the things we constantly worry about never actually happen. They never unfold the way we imagine them, and many of them don't happen at all. Yet we pay the emotional price upfront. We lose sleep, we lose peace, we lose presence. And I want to say this openly, I have been a chronic overthinker for most of my life. Not the loud, anxious kind, always panicking outwardly, but the silent kind, the one who looks calm on the outside while the mind is constantly busy inside. Overthinking slowly ate away some very beautiful moments of my life. Moments that were meant to be enjoyed were instead spent inside my head. But that's no longer the case. And not because I control my mind better, but because I finally understood why the mind overthinks and what actually happens. So, right off the bat, I want to share one simple statement that can immediately reduce your overthinking by a huge margin. Never worry in your head, worry on paper. It sounds almost too simple, but if you truly apply this, you'll be surprised how much mental noise disappears. I'll elaborate on this in just a while. So, in this video, I'll share 3 impactful solutions that, when practiced consistently, can help dissolve overthinking as a habit, not suppress it, but genuinely loosen its grip on you. But before we get into the solutions, it's important that we spend a few minutes understanding why we overthink in the first place. Now, as a holistic health practitioner, I strongly believe that our thoughts and emotions are deeply connected to our physical and energetic health. So, when I was creating my holistic nutrition coach certification, I created a 5-element framework. And what consistently stood out was this, that worrying, overthinking, and mental clutter are classic signs of an imbalanced earth element. And when earth is balanced, the mind feels steady. You can process and digest things and then let them go. When earth is imbalanced, the mind keeps chewing the same thoughts over and over, unable to digest and release them. And this often shows up as perfectionism, fear of failure, excess planning, and mental clutter. On a neurological level, it's your amygdala constantly scanning for threats, staying stuck in a loop of what if something goes wrong. But here's something very important I want you to understand. You are not an overthinker by identity. Overthinking is not who you are. It's simply a habit your nervous system learned over time, and habits can be unlearned. So if you are someone who wants more clarity, more focus, and more confidence in your decision, watch till the end. Now, in my experience, overthinking usually shows up in 4 main forms. And as I go through them, notice which one feels more familiar to you. Some people constantly worry about the future, imagining worst case scenarios before anything has ever begun. For others, it's reliving past experiences, especially negative ones, over and over again, almost as if replaying them might somehow change the outcome. Then there are those who analyze everything in extreme detail. Basically, you research endlessly, reviews, opinions, pros and cons, but when it's time to decide, you freeze. So you are looking for the perfect choice, and in the process, you end up choosing nothing. And finally, the 4th form of overthinking is the good old social anxiety. Constantly worrying about how you're perceived, what others think of you, and whether you said or did the right thing. So if you recognize yourself in any of these, know that it's not who you are. It's just a silly habit you have picked up, and it's time to dissolve this stupid habit so that you can live your life with focus and clarity. So let's get into solutions, okay? Solution number one is awareness. Take worry out of your head. So, as I mentioned a while back, never worry in your head, worry on paper. The moment you write your worries down, something shifts. They stop floating endlessly in your mind and they become grounded, contained, and visible. You're no longer carrying them, you're looking at them. And the fact that you're watching this video right now tells me that some part of you already knows this pattern isn't serving you anymore, and that awareness itself is the beginning of change. Once again, the first solution is awareness, and the simple act of writing things down, what you're worrying, makes things tangible and easy to tackle. Solution number two, schedule it. Schedule your worries. Now, you can do what I do. I use Pomodoro focus slots for my work, and I reserve one Pomodoro, which is 25-minute slot. And I tell my mind, listen, you get 25 minutes 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 p.m. to 3:25 p.m. Worry your heart out. Worry about anything and everything you desire. But once the Pomodoro is done, you stop worrying. You cut a deal with your mind. And trust me, it works. Scheduling things work 100%. Listen, your mind tricks you, it lures you, it manipulates you. Basically, you are your worst enemy. Your mind wants comfort, and in short term, comfort feels amazing, but in long term, it is deep suffering. So be smart, trick your mind before it tricks you, and schedule your worries. And this way, you free yourself the remainder of the time with very, very less worry. So, I'm using the word worry with overthinking interchangeably because if you look deep enough, overthinking is a form of worrying about things that don't actually happen. Right. So, solution number three, protect your golden hours. Now, solution number two may not always work. And that's why we as professionals have another trick up our sleeves. So we cut another deal with the mind. Once again, we are like, all right, the last time you did not listen to me and you were overthinking and worrying about XYZ, and that's fine. I do understand that it's a strong habit and you may need you may need more time and then to simply limit it to 25 minutes. So let's do this. You worry whenever you feel like, okay, except for these specific hours. These are my golden hours. 1 hour before bed and 1 hour after I wake up. No screen, no worrying, no thinking about problems or making any plans, just winding down. When I say winding down, I'm pointing towards a night and a morning ritual. I've made videos on both. Check the link in the description box below. Now, protect the last hour before sleep. No screens, no stimulation, no mental clutter, no overthinking. This is the time to slow down, to signal safety to your nervous system, and protect the first hour after waking up. Don't immediately expose your mind to emails, messages, or social media or worry. Start your day grounded before facing the world. Do this consistently, and I genuinely believe you'll notice a dramatic reduction in overthinking within a week. Last thing I want to say this. We humans, we are not ignorant, okay? We just lack action. So take action from today onwards, and just like I have dissolved this useless habit and claimed back my life, you can too. It's not that difficult. I appreciate your time. I'm Akash. Namaste.